The show that I have is it's a solo art exhibit and it's called I Believe. And above me is the picture of two beautiful women and it's called American Beauty. And in a way, it's a lot of faith-based affirmations and positive, uplifting quotes behind every picture. There's a painting that I have that's called Eye of the Tiger, and I have to show it to you because it is rocking. It features a Houston model. His name is Cody Byers, and I knew him when he first started the modeling business. And so I almost saw him as a cub when he first started out. And then he had this one pose and he looked just like a tiger. And so I put him in this exhibit, the painting, because I believe he displayed courage and strength. So it has everything that resonates with having a strong belief. But this one right here, this was, her name was Nancy. She was actually a sit-in model. She sat in with me for 3 weeks and, struck a pose. And I liked that she looked, from her conversation, she looked really pure at heart, very sincere. She was a sweet, doting mom. And I wanted to not just paint just based on her face, but I wanted to incorporate her personality too. So really the arrangement of colors and even the light in her eyes that captures her personality. Art doesn't have to be all about terminology and not so much as history, because eventually they'll learn to be familiar with some of the artists. You learn as you go. So I would give that advice to anyone that wants to be an artist, that wants to be a professional artist. Do your research, and just as far as volunteering, like if you're serious about doing art exhibits, first show your friends, then show your family, then show your, like whatever you go to, like in your community, like a church. Show it there, and then eventually you'll build up the confidence to get in the galleries and go to the social artist meetups. You never know who you're rubbing elbows with, because that's how I sat next to the lady who was with the Houston Fire Museum at this restaurant. And I went to an artist meetup. So you never know what's going to come from this. I believe art can heal. It can heal every wound. It can heal grief. It can heal depression. It can heal pain. I mean, there's a lot of things that the mind, how it processes with visual arts. I had to pause and really reflect on that because it really touched me. I was going through a hard time in my life, and I had painted a painting of Maya Angelou, and I actually used excerpts from her book, Her Darkest Chapters, of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and I painted her on top of that, and it got accepted into the TSU Museum. And there is this lady, God bless her, she came up to the painting and she started crying. And she had just recently lost her mother. And her mother loved Maya Angelou. And the words and just how I painted her. She said that she still shined through. I still painted her in her best light, even with that dark chapter. And I didn't know I had that much of an impact on her. She bought the painting and now it's in her family library. But I mean, I never knew, like, when an artist conveys the feelings and emotions that they're really going through, you don't know how many people that can touch if you're sincere and you're authentic.